you up by saying, if walls could talk, I'm sure you'll hear a lot of things that would make you cry. Now, aren't you glad? Well, you ought to be glad that walls don't talk. If doorknobs could tell who's been in and out and who's been in while you were away on your job, ain't you glad that doorknobs don't talk? If cars could say who's been inside and who's been taken for a ride all over town, ain't you glad? Well, you ought to be glad that cars don't talk. If shoes could tell where they has been when they claim to be somewhere visiting a friend, now ain't you glad? Well, you ought to be glad that shoes don't talk. In a world of trouble will be if things were ever told on me. My love life would be through. Cause I'm guilty. How about you? Yes, if things ever talk that way, ain't no telling what they say. Well, I'm so glad that things don't talk. Well now, yes, oh yes, 11th, ain't no need of any of you sitting in here trying to pretend that this sermon doesn't matter to you one way or another, because I know it does. No need of you sitting there saying, Rev. Hughes, the fact that walls talk or don't talk doesn't make me any different, because I know it does. For you see, none of us in here are perfect. None of us, you nor me, are free from spot or wrinkle. We all have made some mistakes. We all have committed some sins. We all have done things that we don't want nobody else to know about. You know, like a lot of these chronic liars around in the church. A lot of these hypocrite folks pretend to be what they are not. A lot of these folks, they'll lie to you, lie for you, and they'll lie against you. Well, I'm so glad that walls don't talk. If walls could talk, would none of us be in here tonight? I know I wouldn't. Because we all would be in a world of trouble. For Galatians chapter 6 and verse 7, it says, be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. If walls could talk, what would they say about your secret love life? If shoes could talk, if they could tell where they have been, would they say tonight that you have walked in the straight and narrow way? Or would your shoes say that sometimes you waver and stumble by the wayside? Yes, church, ain't you glad? If not, you ought to be glad that shoes don't talk. For you see, we ought to pattern our lives after things and don't talk. For so many of us are guilty of just talking too much. In other words, talking loud and saying nothing. Pray with me if you please. Many have been killed, many are dead and gone, just because somebody chose to talk. You can tell somebody an inward secret and ask them to promise you that they're not going to tell nobody else. And before you can get home, what you told them is all over town. We make the mistake in many cases of speaking before you think once. What you need to do is think twice before you speak once. Well, if walls could talk, some folks that you think are your best friends, walls would tell you they are your worstest enemies. They tell you to your face, I love you. I love you, Rev. Hughes. I love you, Rev. Jenkins. But they get home, they tell themselves, I hate you. Yes, you give your friends money. Try to help them out. Let them come in your house and sleep. Give them your key and let them ride in your car around town. And really they are your biggest enemy. The only reason you do it is because you can't hear what their words will say. Because if their words could talk, they'll tell you that they are your biggest enemy. If walls could talk, some people that you think have been born again. Oh, I love this one. Some folks that you think are at the peak of regeneration. Some folks that present to the public that they are holy images. Some folks, that make you feel that God is all in them. Have you seen folks that you don't think they do nothing wrong? Yet, when it all boils down, you'll find that they are not what they say they are.